Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Well, happy back to school week. This past weekend, I got a little bit anxious about this week because I have a busy season coming up, to say the least. Of a lot of things just coming into confluence, if you will. And I was reflecting on what caused me to have a major mental meltdown last summer. And my main conclusion was that I didn't have a life partner. Not that I was lonely or anything, but a life partner so that we could scratch each other's backs. So for example, I was working here at Phoenix College. I took a job at a tutoring center. I found a number of other clients on my own. And then I was selling art at an art show. I took 2 tons of art to one show. And I was exhausted. And then I didn't have time to take care of myself. And to add insult to injury, sometimes I'd be sitting in the office. I hardly have any time to myself. I would sit down to a meal, and then my student would show up to office hours early, unannounced, wrong time, over the weekend, call me. And I didn't have the heart to tell them that this is my lunchtime, and sometimes that didn't work to my benefit either. And so I came to the conclusion I need a life partner so that the two of us can scratch each other's backs. I also thought about, I am solosexual. I feel romance toward myself. But I also know this celebrity, we are Facebook friends if you can believe it, who is also famously solosexual. And I was thinking about how she handles it, and so I never really thought about it because I try not to go into other people's business. But I thought about it for a few moments, and it dawned on me that she obviously has a lot more money than I do and a lot more other resources than I do. And not that it would solve all of the problems that solosexual life brings, but it neutralizes a lot of them, right? She gets busy writing an album. She can eat out. She can take an Uber instead of driving home, or whatever the situation is, right? Or certain things that... and so it dawned on me that money might not solve all the problems that being solosexual or having a sexual deviation brings to the table, but it certainly neutralizes a lot of problems, that's a lot of curveballs that life throws at you. I don't know if neutralize is the right word to use here. Feel free to chime in on that. And so it occurred to me that by the end of this year, I hope to have at least 5 tons of bismuth and maybe some... I have my eyes on tantalum and rhenium at the moment. Those are very undervalued also. And then it dawned on me that as I said, I needed to meet somebody so that the two of us can scratch each other's back, but that costs money too. And then I started to think, what is one way to quickly network with a lot of people without having to spend a lot of bismuth? And then the idea, it crossed my mind that there's so many people I run into in the campus, not necessarily just the students or my colleagues, but also the janitors, the police officers here, and it never hurts to say hello to those people. And so I've been incredibly nice to all of those people, because all of those people could potentially be that life partner down the road, right? It's back to school week. A lot of the, it's a sign of the times. A lot of the students had their parents bring them in today, and I said hello to the parents as well, because you never know. It might not be the parents themselves, but they could have connections too, right? Besides, I'm not even looking for a romantic partner. I'm just looking for somebody to live together with and scratch each other's backs. That's the toughest part. I was thinking that maybe I was looking at the wrong gender, so I went to a gay dating website thinking that those people might be looking for a best friend or some kind of... But no, they're still looking into romance and sex and all that. So over the coming year, I hope to hunker down instead of going out on these wild dates so that I could buy a lot of bismuth. And then I plan to say hello to everybody that I come into contact with. At work, in social life, when I go to the grocery store, when I go to the library, when I go to the gas station to put gas in my car, or wherever, right? Alright, that's my idea. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum.